Nobody disrespects you because they're a bad person. They disrespect you because somewhere along the way you showed them they could. And that is the part nobody talks about. You know that feeling when you're in a group and you say something and nobody responds. And then someone else says the exact same thing 5 minutes later and suddenly everyone's nodding. Or when a friend cancels on you again and you just say, "It's okay," even though it's not. Or when someone talks over you in a meeting, or dismisses your idea like it's nothing, or just looks through you like you're not even in the room. And the worst part, you don't say anything. You laugh it off, you shrink, you tell yourself maybe you're being too sensitive, but deep down it burns. And here's what nobody tells you about that burning feeling. It's not telling you that people are cruel. It's telling you that something in the way you're showing up is giving people permission. Here's the psychology behind it, and it's simpler than you think. Respect isn't about being the loudest person in the room. It's not about how you look, how much money you have, or how many followers you've got. Psychologically, respect comes down to one thing: perceived value. Not real value, perceived value. People unconsciously read signals, tiny behavioral cues, and they use those signals to decide how to treat you. When you over-explain yourself, that's a signal. When you laugh nervously after saying something serious, that's a signal. When you say sorry before you even do anything wrong, that's a signal. Every signal you send either builds your status in someone's mind or quietly destroys it. And the scary part, it happens in seconds. The first time you let something slide, you set a precedent. And precedents are incredibly hard to break. So let's talk about how to reset them. The first thing you need to understand is this: stop explaining yourself. Most people think that if they just explain themselves enough, people will understand and respect them. The more you justify, the more you signal that you need permission to be who you are. Think about the most confident person you know. Do they explain every decision they make? No. They just act. A person who respects themselves doesn't explain why they said no to going out. They don't over-justify their opinion before sharing it. They don't apologize for having boundaries. The next time you feel that urge to over-explain, pause. Say what you mean what you say, and then stop talking. Silence after a statement is powerful. It says, "I've said what I needed to say. I don't need your approval to believe it." People feel that, and they respect it, even if they don't fully understand why. Here's something they don't teach you in school. Silence is a response. When someone disrespects you, when they say something dismissive or rude or something that crosses a line, most people rush to respond. They get defensive, they over-explain, they try to prove themselves. But the most psychologically powerful thing you can do is say nothing. Just look at them, calmly. Let the silence stretch out. There's a concept in psychology called the awkward pause effect. When someone says something out of line, and you stay completely calm and silent, it forces them to sit in their own discomfort. They feel it. They feel the weight of what they just said. And you didn't have to do anything except refuse to flinch. It's subtle, but it shifts something in the room. And people around you notice it too. Now this one might sting a little. Never negotiate your self-worth. Every time you accept less than you deserve and then stay silent about it, you're teaching people exactly how to treat you. You cancel plans and they say, "You're so chill, you never mind." You always pick up when they call, so they never worry about timing. You always give in during arguments, so they never take your position seriously. You trained them. Not intentionally, but you did. Psychologists call this operant conditioning. When a behavior is met with no consequence, it gets repeated. When it's met with a consistent response, it gets adjusted. So, starting now, when something is not okay, say so. Calmly, clearly, once. Not in anger, not in a big dramatic moment. Just a quiet, firm, "That doesn't work for me." You don't have to fight. You don't have to make it a whole thing. You just have to refuse to normalize what's not okay. And here's the dark psychology part. Move like someone who has options. Humans, without even realizing it, respond to scarcity. When someone seems like they have options, Like your time and attention aren't guaranteed, something shifts in how people treat you. It's not about playing games. It's about actually valuing your own time enough that it shows. Don't be the person who's always available. Don't respond to every message the second it comes in. Don't rearrange your entire schedule every time someone asks. Move like someone who has a life. Because you do. When people sense that your time is something that could be lost, not taken for granted, they instinctively treat it with more care. And they treat you with more care. Let me tell you about someone. Let's call him Marcus. Marcus was the guy who never said no. The one who always showed up, always helped, always laughed along, even when the joke was at his expense. His co-workers liked him, but they didn't respect him. They'd cut him off in meetings. They'd take credit for his ideas. He was a good guy, which in that office basically meant someone they could take advantage of. One day, a co-worker took credit for a project Marcus had worked on for 3 weeks, in front of his boss. The old Marcus would have smiled, let it go, told himself it doesn't matter. But instead, he did something different. He looked at his co-worker, calmly, and said, quietly, "Actually, I built that. I can walk everyone through it." No anger, no performance, just a calm, clear statement of fact. The room went still. His co-worker laughed it off nervously, but everyone felt it. That moment changed something, not because Marcus made a big speech, not because he lost his temper or demanded recognition, but because for the first time he refused to disappear. And people don't forget the moment you stop shrinking. Here's the truth that's going to sit with you after this video ends. Respect isn't something you ask for. It's not something you earn by being nice enough, agreeable enough, or available enough. It's something people feel the moment they realize they cannot control you. The moment they sense that your peace doesn't depend on their approval. That's when everything shifts. Not because you became someone different, but because you finally stopped hiding who you already are. The saddest version of your life is one where you spent all of it making other people comfortable at the cost of your own dignity. You are not here to be easy to deal with. You are not here to be convenient. You are here to be real, to be yourself, to take up the space you were always supposed to take up. Start doing that. Not tomorrow. Not after one more apology. Not after you've made sure everyone's okay with it. Now. Because the person who's been waiting for permission to be respected was never the one who needed to ask.